Good morning. I've just been out exercising, but I wanted to share this video with you for today while I was still enthusiastic and inspired about it. And the idea is that we need to look at the parts of ourselves that we're not really that accepting of, or the things that we might say about ourselves that would be perceived as negative. And in this idea of shifting the way that we look at things, anytime we want to know what our soul self, or the bigger part of us, how they feel about us, it is always going to be in alignment with love and acceptance. And if we're thinking something about ourselves that is not in alignment with that, then we're in alignment with ego, which is a lot of times false. It's programs, it's habitual thinking, it's beliefs that didn't necessarily come from ourselves but came from someone else. So the alignment is always love. Out of alignment is fear or ego. And so, if we look at the parts of ourselves that we're not feeling positive about, it's about shifting that perspective, finding something good about that quality so that we can remain in alignment with love. And every time, as long as we are in alignment, that's when our manifesting power, is compelled and propelled towards the life that we desire instead of the things that we don't want. So I'll give you an example. What I'd like to challenge each of you to do is to make a list of the things about yourself that might be perceived as unwanted or negative or bad, or however you want to phrase that. And I want you to find a way to look at that in a way that brings you back into alignment with love. So I'll give you an example. It's not a secret among my friends and family that I've not really been good at saving money. And so that would be perceived as, I might say about myself, well, I'm not good at saving money, or I'm bad at saving money. Now, how I can take that and look for the alignment with love is I always believe that I can attract whatever I need. And so even though it might be perceived that, not saving money is a bad thing, I always believe that I'm going to attract everything that I need. And so do you see how you turn that perceived negative into an alignment with love positive? Another example might be if someone is, say, for example, OCD about things. And so, oh, you're OCD and you're so OCD about that. You could turn that into a positive by saying, my house is always clean. Because I'm OCD, my house is always clean. Things in my life are always in order. Okay? Another thing that you could look at, what's another thing that you could look at? If you say, for example, I'm always single. I'm always single. I never have a partner. I'm always single. Instead, you can look at that and say, I'm free to make whatever choice in my life that I want. And that's not really a bad thing. I'm free to make whatever choices in life that I want. That gives you a couple of examples. So this week, take a look at, where you're not aligning with love about yourself. Write those things down and then find a way to reformat those things so that you can start loving and accepting them. Because look, here's the truth. I'm 43. If I was going to change these things about myself that I'm not thrilled about, I would have already done it. So it's clear that, by looking at it in that way, it's not getting me where I want to go. And so if I do truly want to make positive changes about these specific things, I have to stop looking at them from a negative perspective, and I have to really embrace and love and allow those things about myself to be okay if I really want to create change in that area. Does that make sense, I hope? So write down where you're not loving yourself. Find a way to be in love with that aspect of yourself. And I would love to hear from you about some of the changes in perspective that you're making. Comment below, email me, let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and I send you lots of love. Namaste.